Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your beginning to mid of June 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear our energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the energy that we need to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And remember, this time is going to be a bit intense for us. We're coming to the end of Gemini period, right? Gemini period ends on June 20th. We're going through a Mercury retrograde that ends on the 3rd of June, but the shadow period, the post-shadow period, continues to the 18th of June. We're ruled by Mercury, so we feel a Mercury retrograde much more intensely than other signs do. We and Virgo, we feel Mercury retrogrades very intensely because we're ruled by Mercury. So let's see the energy to be mindful of. It's the High Priestess. It is the fact that we are so tuned in right now, and there's just chaotic energy coming around that we are overwhelmed by it, and yet we're feeling everything so deeply. So we need to acknowledge the depth of feeling that we're having and yet not be overwhelmed by it. That's going to be a really challenging thing. Now let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Flexibility. This is the sacral chakra, and this is an energy that we need to embrace, of flexibility, of insightfulness, of a sense of movement, and really connecting with our own body. Dance would be a great way to do this. By dancing, by just being out in nature, by listening to, music with a really nice beat to it, and just letting your body move. Because flexibility is going to be so important, and it all starts first with movement. So we can go on and do yoga and do stretching and do whatever it is that we want to do to really increase flexibility, but it starts with moving. And spirit is really showing me here just the power of movement, the power of swaying the body, the power of rhythm, the power of even just standing outside in your backyard if you can, or in a place where, you're kind of secluded from other people, and just listening to the rhythm that comes into your mind and letting your body sway to that. Now, if you don't want to do it where people can see you, again, just somewhere a lot more private, or even in your own home, and just feeling your feet connecting with the earth, thinking of roots going down into the soil, going into the earth, can be a very positive thing for us. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So we're going to turn everything over all at once. We're doing a Celtic cross spread. Oh, I love it. I saw the sun while I was meditating on on our energy before, you know, Gemini, before I even started. And I was like, this is going to be a time when we shine, and yet we're going to have some apprehensions with our own shining. So I love that that came forward here so prominently. All right. Oh. Okay, there we are. There we are again, Gemini coming through. This is definitely our reading. Okay. So let's look at where we are right now. So this is where we are now. This is the sun. This is letting ourselves shine. This is letting ourselves be. This is the power, the expression, the beauty, the brilliance of us, and saying, I'm shining. You know, I am letting out this brilliance. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire tarot deck. And that's what we're embracing for ourselves. Happiness, joy, expression, beauty, you know, a real sense of this is who I am. It brings us to our challenges. Now, our challenge here is the Knight of Swords. For some of us, it is going to mean that we have so many things on our plate that we're being pulled in too many different directions. We can't give our full attention to everything. For others, we're having a hard time starting. You know, there's a sense of our challenge is like, okay, I have to get starting. I have to get moving. I have to, you know, start going with this. It's very important. But either we're doing too much or we're doing too little. That's how we're going to see it. And there's going to be no nice, steady middle ground. We really want to try and create a middle ground, Gemini. I'm laughing because it just seems so us. It seems so us to be able to, you know, either take on everything or just be like, you know what, I can't, I'm overstimulated. I almost feel like even touch is too much at some points. It's like, I'm overstimulated. Everybody step back from me. I need my own space. That's going to be a very, very important thing. Yet we're also going to find it very challenging to be able to say that. We come through again at our root. Oh, I love this. So then we move to what we're focusing on. We're focusing on being successful. We're focusing on being powerful. We can also be focusing on calling sacred masculine energy into our lives. For some of us, we want to find a husband, or we want to strengthen our relationship with our husband or a partner. And it's very important to us to have that strong masculine energy in our lives. And it can manifest very kind of, you know, succinctly in the sense of in another person who's going to be that masculine force. But this is also connecting with the masculine twin. This is also connecting with our own masculine energy, with our own insights, with our own ideas, with a sense of I want to grow, I want to expand, I want to step out further into the world. And yet there can be a part of us that's thinking, ooh, I'm kind of afraid of that, or I'm overwhelmed by that, or I'm not sure how exactly I move forward with this. But we're focusing really now on building an empire. However that empire is for us. For some of us, it's going out, it's investing, it's, you know, creating businesses. For others of us, that empire is at home. It's our family, it's our kids, you know. Whatever it is for us as an individual, that's what we're focusing on, really building and really growing. It moves us to our past. It's the Queen of Swords. That's us. We're represented by the swords in the minor arcana. We're represented by the lovers in the major arcana. There is a real energy here of embracing our voice, of saying this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm heading for, this is what I've been training for. There's also a need to stop saying I'm sorry. You know, you apologize because it's polite. You apologize because maybe you're sorry that people are going through the struggles that they're going through. Stop saying you're sorry so much. It's going to be important because there's a sense of really needing to embrace an authority. And really true authorities don't apologize for every single thing. So that's going to be an important thing. That's coming forward. There's also a real sense of our past energy and why our present energy is masculine. Our past energy is feminine. So we have the sacred feminine really building up our past. We want to step into that sacred masculine energy, especially right now, you know, from the 1st of June to from around the 1st of June to around the 15th of June, right? Because we're doing to the beginning of mid of June. It moves us then to our strength. And our strength is the Ace of Cups. It's the strength of our heart. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, has handed us a gift of love and compassion and, you know, openness of heart and empathy and just, you know, a really deep caring. And that is our greatest gift. And yet we can also find that we care too much. We're too emotionally invested in everything. So that is also something that we can feel sometimes is our greatest challenge. Like, how do I love and not lose all myself in that love? How do I give and not lose all myself in that giving? So the Ace of Cups is coming to us as our greatest strength. We're also finding that we're washing away a lot of negative emotional energy that has defined us for way too long. negative emotional energy that has kept us held down, that we thought, we should have loved this person, or this person should have loved us, or this should have worked out, or this could have, or this hurt of losing is just so much that, it keeps on permeating, even though it's been, 16, 20, so odd years later, the pain is still right there. Our emotions are very deep, especially if you are an empathic person. Your emotions are super deep. We have to look at this as a strength, and we have to really imagine ourselves stepping forward in strength of self, strength of spirit, strength of what we desire, letting our hearts guide us, but not letting our hearts rule us. That is going to be a very tricky thing. But it's not going to be something that's impossible. Listen to the law and the promise in the description box below. See yourself walking with that beauty of heart, but also with not letting your heart be ruled or manipulated or hurt or broken by everyone, because there's a strength of heart too. And to truly love and to know that we don't have control over the other person, that's power right there. That is true strength. It moves us then to our near future, which is the Page of Wands, celebration. We're going to be learning something new. We're taking on new ideas, new studies, new insights, new things. And it's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And the Page of Wands is a celebration of this energy, a celebration of this insight, a celebration of this beauty that is a powerful, integral part of who we are and what we want. We're really setting that intention. I really do see it. It's like we're setting the intention, and our near future is like, okay, I've set this intention. I've, worked towards this thing. Now it's time to get it moving, to get it going, to look at things in different ways. We're going to see that we're stepping outside of the box. So people might not get, how we're moving forward or what we're going after. But it's like we're stepping out of the box and we're really looking at things and saying, no, this feels right, or this is what's guiding me emotionally. It moves us then to our suggested approach. And it's the Four of Cups. It's like, okay, we're really going to be looking at things differently. We're sitting here, we're kind of daydreaming, we're looking at the way that we used to do things. Now we're getting this little gift over here, and it's going to nudge us, we're going to feel it, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm paying attention. But again, remember, we're going to be overwhelmed, especially in the realm of touch. And you look here how the bull is touching her hand. So it's almost like, oh, I'm kind of overstimulated right now. I'm over, trying to do everything. And it's like, if one more thing is added to my list, it's going to be too much. So just know that when it comes in, it can actually feel like one more burden, or it can feel like, okay, now how am I supposed to do this? I'm already looking at everything over there and I'm kind of tired and, again, overwhelmed, it's just overstimulated. So Spirit is really saying, slow down, calm down. You're taking this gift because we have the Ace of Cups right here, right? We have that bull being taken. But as the gift comes in and as the new insight comes in, it is going to be an overwhelming thing. And Spirit wants you to be aware of that. Our suggested approach is to be kind to ourselves because we have taken on so much. We are doing so much. It moves us to what we need to know. We need to know that the past is affecting us. The Six of Cups. We have that little boy and his dog, and we have, the boy all grown up and his dog. And there are so many lessons that are learned along the way and so many lessons to come. We need to know that our knowledge here is that nothing stays the same. And because it has changed does not mean that it is bad. And yet sometimes we can think, wow, it is. But it's not. It's just a different level of things, a different insight of things, a different understanding of things that is coming forward. It moves us to our hopes and our fears. We both hope for the very essence of us, and we both fear it. So that's what's coming forward right here. I love that she has a bow and arrow tattoo right on her shoulder. So that's Sagittarius energy. That's our sister sign. So this is energy that deeply complements us, deeply, moves with us, but it also is going to teach us things. So as we're falling in love with ourselves, as we're seeing ourselves, as we're connecting with ourselves, we are also going to see the things that trigger us, the things that, push back against us, the things that we have doubted, that we have feared, that we feel like, I can't move forward with this or with that. And so we hope that we become the very best version of ourselves. And we fear that we fail us along the way. So just be aware that we're being really harsh on ourselves right now. It moves us to our potential future, which is glorious. It is the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, look at the rich fabrics that she's wearing. Look at her posture. Look at her expression. There's just a sense of, this is my wealth, and this is my element, this is my nature, and this is what I was born for. I was born to nurture these gifts, this prosperity, this abundance, this part of me. I was born to be prosperous. And we have a lot of Queen energy coming forward, which again, this is the sacred feminine energy. This is the slowly nurturing, growing, accepting. This is also being seen as a nurturer. This is being seen as somebody who doesn't just care about themselves and pulls themselves up by the bootstraps. It's like, okay, and I lend out a hand and I pull you up and I pull you up. But we have to remember that sometimes when you're pulling up a person, all right, they're going to want to try and pull you down. You have to let people either take their blessings or ignore them, and know that it has nothing to do with you. So the Queen of Pentacles comes in and it's like, these are my blessings. This is what I want for my life. This is what I need for my life. This is how I'm moving forward. But this is wealth, prosperity, and success. Note that people see you as astoundingly successful, astoundingly prosperous, astoundingly abundant. So if you're looking for sympathy because you feel overwhelmed, or you're looking for sympathy because there's so much on your plate, we're not really going to get it the way that we want to. You know, people will sit there and say, okay, like maybe you'll have a really good friend or, you know, a family member who gets it, but the general population, they're not going to see it. So just be aware of that. All right, so let's look at and go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit, nope, not this one, this one. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we have our past, our present, and our future. We have the World. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the battle wagon, which is the Chariot. Oh, this is very interesting. So even our hopes and our fears is right now, right? So we're in the Gemini time period, and this could be our hope and our fear. We're seeing a lot of it come true right now in June, like from the beginning of June to the mid of June. So from 1st to 15th, we are really seeing a lot of things that we have hoped for, a lot of things that we want for ourselves come forward, and a lot of things that we have feared come forward. Because I'm just seeing like our future, the future is Cancer energy. So when we come out of the mid of June, or, you know, thereabouts, right? So time is tricky with the cards, and this is pretty spot on. So the beginning of Cancer period is June 21st, right? So here we're going to see our future is like taking the reins and moving forward, but it's also saying take the reins as the astrological calendar changes and as we move forward. So I know I just jumped to our future, but our past, what has been happening is the world has been opening. What has been happening is that we're starting to see ourselves differently. And I'm almost seeing like a change in our posture. I don't know if, you know, for some people, like you've gotten a brace that helps with your posture, or something that helps with pulling back your shoulders. You could even be looking at wearing corsets. I know super controversial, but people swear by them. They really do help with the alignment of the spine and extra support. So that could be also something. It could be also embracing dance. Just again, movement of the body is so important, Gemini, for you. There's a real sense of yoga. There's a sense of dancing. There's a sense of strength of body. So it could even be pole dancing, you know, again, it's, or weightlifting, whichever one suits you best. There's a real sense of strength of body, of movement coming forward, the world opening up, and us being able to move forward in it, and almost seeing ourselves as royalty. It's like, I have the right and the power to embrace what I need, what I want, and what I desire right now. And it moves us to our present, the Two of Wands, where all of a sudden we're seeing the door open. And it's like, oh, but we're kind of apprehensive about it, because here the wands make an X, and usually they make a doorway. So the world is opening up. We're finding that we hold so much more of the world. He's walking on this bird. He's walking on flight, on the air. And so we're going to see there's something holding us back to the past. Right now, we need to acknowledge it, because the door is opening. You know, the door is opening. We're taking the reins. And instead of being held back, we hold the wand in our hand. We have the spheres over here. It's like, this is my strength, this is my power. It's not creating an X to hold us back or to try and weigh us back. It's like, this is my strength, this is what I'm needing, I'm going after it, period, end, stop. We're going to be looking at things that we need to tweak, kind of habits that we need to enhance within us or take away from us, and we're headed towards gold. I mean, we're really headed towards gold. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which begins with the Queen of Cups. So that absolutely shows us that we're taking the gift of the Ace of Cups. I love how her hands are opened, how the singing bowl is right there before her. It's like I'm connecting with spirit, I'm communing with the higher powers of my world and of myself and of who I am and what I need. And as I do so, I'm falling in love with me. I'm falling in love with me, and I'm opening myself up to that love. It moves us to our subconscious past energy, and that subconscious past energy has been Leo. Now, either our path has been really intertwined with a Leo, and it's like, okay, now I'm moving forward. Now my doors are opening. You're not controlling those doors anymore. It can also be that, we had to have more confidence within ourselves, become more courageous. Subconsciously, we've been working towards that. It moves us then to our subconscious present energy, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. We know things are changing. Subconsciously, we're like, it needs to change. It needs to change. I need to move forward. I need to go after what I need, what I want, what I desire, what is powerful and appropriate for me. And we can feel that change guiding us. So much of us right now is being led forward by change. It brings us then into our subconscious future energy. And this is saying, be very mindful of who you're trusting. Be very mindful of who you're connecting with. Be mindful of who's celebrating you and who isn't. Who's there to take advantage of you and who's there because they truly love you. And it's going to be sometimes a little bit difficult to know which one is which. Listen to your inner self. Listen to your gut. Listen to what you desire from life. Because there's a real sense of you seeing who's on your side. Like who really, truly loves you and has your back. But there can also be some hurtful, like, I thought you loved me, like kind of thing. I thought you had my back. I thought you were there for me. And this can be with somebody, I just see it like with somebody that we're giving a second chance to. They're still the same person. I mean, they're still who they always were. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. Be mindful of what you're wishing for. There's a real sense of like, oh my gosh, this is what I wish for. So this has to be exactly it. Spirit's giving you what your soul needs. There we go. And it's not always going to be as clear as we want it to be. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra energy, which is our root chakra and holistic health. It's time to connect with our body. It's time to see our body and ourselves and not just, and not be disconnected. No, this is a real time with holistic health. It's like, listen to your body, listen to the movement of you, listen to what you need. And looking at alternative medicines like, acupuncture, and also looking at our diet, what foods are good for us, what foods aren't. We can go through an elimination diet. I have, in a very short, like within the last couple of months, I gave up tannins, it's like tannins that are in tea, tannins that are in vegetables, everything like that. I stopped eating anything but meat. I pretty much went on the carnivore diet that flushed out my system so amazingly. So, I mean, talk to your healthcare provider, of course, but that was excellent. Going on the carnivore diet for a little bit there for a month, that was excellent, though I don't know how people do that for their whole entire lives. And just really starting to listen to my body and take this different approach, that has made a world of difference for me. I'm really listening, okay, what does my stomach need? What do I need? How do I feel like I'm operating the best when I eat these certain foods or this certain food? So I found that like lentils work great for me, and mung beans and those type of foods give me a lot of energy and a lot of clarity. So listen to yourself. Your body knows a lot more than we give it credit for. I love holistic health. I love that sense of communion with ourselves. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, prosperity, and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you.